Hey, what up, guys? It's been a long time again, but I'm back at it. This video is about source gods and what you need to know, basically. So there is a bit large group of source gods that primarily are the Arcturans and among other beings. But the Arcturans are basically the ones overseeing planet Earth right now, and you might possibly be an Arcturan, and that comes with a lot of responsibility and duty. And because when you realize that you are a creator being, you depending on what your frequency is, and I might add that you might wake up a lot faster than other people, just like I did, but depending on what your frequency is, you can switch into these alternate kind of universes or realities. Um, but the good thing to know is that perseverance is always will always take you back home, and feeling your energy when it feels sporadic and disorderly, that's like where you don't want to be. And if you're thinking a certain way that's causing that, then find it out. But the real like breath of fresh air comes when you get back to home base and you realize like, oh, okay, this is what I was doing, and you feel it in your body. You just feel more calm, more stable. My pyramid helps a lot. Like this morning I was like hearing, and that's another thing I want to get into. There are Anunnaki beings that are also source god beings, but there's a very large group of Anunnaki beings that are giants, basically. But most of them are good, but some of them are bad. And I don't want to get into like all the fear-based drama and whatnot, but there are source god Anunnaki that send you telepathic messages that are not always true, and it took me a long way or a long time to figure that out. But basically, getting underneath my pyramid and meditating for a little bit can get rid of those, and just calming down and finding out which frequency you feel rightest in or best. But yeah, I was feeling a lot of bliss this this morning, and it led or right after coming into contact with those Anunnaki beings. But yeah, I just wanted to give you kind of a warning, but like don't let the fear get to you, because that's what they try and create, right? And that's what this like fear-based thing that we're living out, or that we're playing out on Earth, is generating fear and stuff. So getting away from that is always a positive thing, and staying true to your heart. Very recently learned, it might sound basic, but to listen to your heart. And I can literally feel, I can ask a question to my heart, and I'll feel it close if it's like a negative answer, and if it's a positive answer, it'll open and kind of gives me a pathway to follow and guidance. And yeah, it's hard for source gods to be in human vessels because of our brain size, like normally we're these 30, 40, 50 foot tall beings that descend into earth, and sometimes split ourselves up, or split into fractals. Like if we were one source god, we might split into 5 different fractals of that one source god. But yeah, good thing to know is that there's hundreds of them on the planet right now, and we're all trying to coexist and figure this whole shebang out, and we're working through it. And we're just shedding as much light as we can, and as much bliss as we can. When you start tapping into the bliss, that's when it's like, oh yeah, this is what I've been working towards. So it's in the future for everyone on Earth. And that's another thing. The 10th incarnation of Vishnu is supposedly this being that comes down and saves Earth, but what it really is, when I went to India and studied yoga for a month, the one of I think is the philosophy teacher told me that the 10th incarnation of Vishnu basically represents the evolution of human DNA. And that being said, if we all become these source gods, we can eventually all channel just as much bliss as everyone here on the planet. And even like some of the ascended masters and whatnot. So that's always a good thing to look forward to. You know, our all of our DNA is evolving, and we all do have our individual frequencies and signatures, but we're all going to be able to open up our pineal glands just as much and feel bliss throughout our body and nervous system, just the way everybody else does. So yeah, guys, that's it. Peace.